When you try to please everyone, you'll end up pleasing no one. Sadly, I think this is what will be the story for the newly announced Hogwarts Express set, and possibly for the LEGO Group as well. A set that had so much potential, which I believe was squandered by the lack of foresight and not really taking into account who the set is really meant for. This seems to be an ongoing trend. The larger the LEGO company grows, the more disconnected from their core audience they become. It all started a few months back, when we first learned that the next Harry Potter Collection Edition set would not be Gringotts, a set that most Harry Potter fans were clamoring for, but instead, the Hogwarts Express, which disappointed many of you Harry Potter fans, although some of you were still intrigued. As for the LEGO train community, the excitement grew, with the LEGO Group finally stopped ignoring their need for more train sets. Now, as the months passed, new leaked information came trickling in. The set would include over 5,000 pieces, 20 minifigures, a train station, and a train measuring over a meter long. Could LEGO possibly make a set that would please both communities? This is when the hype started to grow. During LEGOCon 2022, you could feel the energy mounting as LEGO teased us with a Harry Potter segment. I thought for sure we would get a glimpse then, but we were simply left wanting. I mean, even with the announcement of one of the most popular LEGO themed sets in LEGO history, the Lion Knight's Castle 9th Anniversary Edition, people were planning to hold off buying the castle just to make sure they had the $500 necessary to purchase the Hogwarts Express at the end of August. However, it seems the Lion Knight's Castle had a trick up its sleeve. It would have the last laugh, it would not be outdone. A mistake that took place at the LEGO Distribution Center would be the castle's revenge. A customer who purchased the Lion Knight's Castle ended up receiving the unannounced, unreleased 76405 Hogwarts Express 3 weeks before launch and a week before LEGO planned to announce it, August 16th. The news spread like wildfire. The story and images were shared across the whole LEGO community in one night. Now, after the initial adrenaline burst of seeing an unreleased LEGO set die down, we were finally able to see what LEGO had given us. And the overall sentiment wasn't good. For the Harry Potter fans, they wondered, was this what LEGO called a train station? Are these the 20 figures they included in a $500 set? Was using a fifth of the pieces on just the tracks alone good use of piece count? The displeasure seemed to mount. It didn't fare any better for the LEGO train fans. Though detailed, the $500 Hogwarts Express included no power functions. The train was 10 studs wide, making it too large for the LEGO City and would not fit on LEGO train tracks. Not to mention, some were saying that the Hogwarts Express was the wrong color. Dark red would have been more accurate. And both communities agreed this was way too many stickers for LEGO to include in a $500 set. All of this triggered LEGO to rush out and officially announce the Hogwarts Express the very next morning. Something I feel they needed to do. I think they could sense the overall tone wasn't moving in a favorable direction. LEGO needed to highlight the set's redeemable qualities, and there are many. The attention to detail with the engine is amazing. I happen to love the crank feature to give the illusion of movement from a stationary train. The clever use of light bricks on each compartment to illuminate the featured movie moments with windows large enough to fully view each memorable scene without the need of disassembly. A two-studded hallway with printed sliding doors that actually move side to side, and something train fans have been asking for a while, new steam wheels. And to come back to that sticker sheet, it's still technically less stickers than we got in the previous two $400 LEGO Harry Potter sets, Hogwarts Castle and Diagon Alley. The real question is, are these highlighted features enough to lure Harry Potter fans or LEGO train fans to purchase a $500 set that really doesn't fit either of their wants or needs? My answer is no. The overwhelming majority of responses from the very people who were planning on purchasing this set day one and that LEGO needed to convince is that LEGO missed the mark. I think this is a fine example when people say you need to pick a lane and stick to it, or like I said in the very beginning of the video, if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. And I'm not saying there isn't a single person out there who doesn't like this set. What I'm saying is, the percentage of people who would like this set enough to spend $500 is small. When you ask a consumer to spend $500 on a toy or display, you need to invoke enough positive emotion that it trumps all the reason to say no, not yet, or not enough. And LEGO could have very easily done this if they simply just listened to their audience. I mean, they didn't have to look that far back, as they had the perfect blueprint to go by in their very recently retired Disney Train and Station. A universally praised set, the perfect balance between minifigure lovers and train fans. The design didn't favor one part of the build over another. Sometimes, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel.